Noida's twin towers demolished, National Building Code was violated, the Supreme Court had put the final seal on the demolition order. US agency's new research on ozone, it reveals reduction in ozone pollutant. It claims that Antarctic ozone layer likely to recover by 2070. Dialogue on the High Seas Treaty concludes in New York. 168 countries, including the European Union, participated in this dialogue. The dialogue first started in 2018. Cancer treatment possible with myxoma virus. T cells infected with the virus are capable of destroying cancer cells. Fact revealed in a recent study. And Kutch Branch Canal inaugurated in Gujarat, the canal to get water supply from Narmada Main Canal. Narmada Main Canal was inaugurated in 2008. The Supreme Court has recently given a major verdict on the matters related to mining in Karnataka. Under this verdict, the iron ore mining ceiling limit has been increased from the Ballari, Chitradurga and Tumakuru districts of Karnataka. The iron ore mining ceiling limit for Ballari has been increased from 28 MMT or million metric tons to 35 MMT, and the mining ceiling limit for the Chitradurga and Tumakuru districts has been increased from 7 MMT to 15 MMT. It must be mentioned that a petition was filed in the Supreme Court with respect to prevalent illegal mining in Karnataka. While hearing the case in 2011, the Apex Court banned mining activities in these districts. The court had also constituted a monitoring committee for the e-auction process of iron ore and a special purpose vehicle to adopt measures to reduce mining activities. On May 20, 2022, the court considered the petitions again. It was said that the e-auctions conducted by the monitoring committee had received poor response, and sale of iron ore even at the reserve price was dismally low. The court allowed the already excavated stock to be sold directly without restoring to e-auction and also permitted their export. However, the court did not rule on the increase in the ceiling limit of mining activity. The recent verdict has been pronounced citing the earlier decision. Significantly, the central government has the right to make rules or laws related to the mining of any mineral. However, the right of regulating and develop mining rests with the state government. The central government introduced MMDR, that is, Mines and Minerals Development and Regulation Act for regulating the mining activities in 1957. Recently, the Twin Towers in Noida were demolished. Actually, the Supreme Court found that the rules of the National Building Code have been violated during the construction of the Twin Towers. After this, on 31st August 2021, the court ordered the demolition of the Twin Towers in its decision. It is worth noting that a company named Supertech was allotted a plot in Noida in the name of Emerald Court in 2004, in which the map of 14 towers was passed. But after amending this plan, approval for 2 new towers were taken. Both these towers were built on the land reserved for Green Park, Children's Park, and a 2-story commercial complex. Due to irregularities in the construction work, flat buyers first filed a case against the company in the Allahabad High Court in 2010. 2 years later, the High Court ruled in favor of the flat buyers and ordered the demolition of the Twin Towers. Further, Supertech Company appealed in the Supreme Court against the decision of the High Court. However, the Supreme Court upheld the decision of the Allahabad High Court and ruled to demolish the building. Actually, under the National Building Code, there should be a distance of at least 16 meters between 2 residential towers. But here only a distance of 9 meters was kept. The green area was also violated for the construction of the building. In addition, these towers did not comply with fire safety standards. NBC, that is, National Building Code, is a document. It contains guidelines for deciding the construction structure of buildings like residential, commercial, institutional, educational, assembly, storage space, etc. These guidelines ensure the safety of both the construction and the people. NBC standards were first published in 1970. Later, many changes were made in these guidelines in 1983, 1987, 1997, 2005, and 2015. These guidelines are currently applicable with these changes. Recently, scientists of the American organization NOAA, that is National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, made this shocking revelation with respect to ozone layer. The report reveals that in 2022, the concentration level of ODS, that is ozone depleting substances, has reached the pre-1980 level. Scientists have confirmed this fact after analyzing air samples collected from all over the world. It was found in the analysis that concentration of ODS present in the mid-latitude stratosphere has been reduced by more than 50%. However, the rate of reduction of ODS concentration over the Antarctic has not been that rapid. According to the report, in the index of 2022, the amount of pollutants over the Antarctic has decreased by 26% from the 1990 level. It is estimated that the Antarctic ozone layer will be fully recovered by 2070. It is worth mentioning that an index named Ozone Depleting Gas Index, or ODGI, is used by the NOAA's Global Monitoring Laboratory to assess the status of the ozone layer. This index tracks the overall stratospheric concentration of ozone-depleting chlorine and bromine. Moreover, information about the dangers of these chemicals and measures to deal with them are also shared. Significantly, the year 1980 has been chosen as the benchmark for this index. NOAA is an American scientific and regulatory agency under the United States Department of Commerce. This organization monitors the oceanic and atmospheric conditions along with forecasting of the weather phenomenon. It is to be noted that ozone is a highly reactive gas, mainly composed of 3 oxygen atoms found in the atmosphere. About 90% of Earth's ozone is concentrated in the upper part of the troposphere or stratosphere. The area of the stratosphere where ozone concentration is the highest is called the ozone layer. The ozone layer protects all the biological systems of the Earth from harmful rays by absorbing the ultraviolet rays of the sun. Recently, Neoma Subdivisional Magistrate Ladakh has sent a notice to ONGC. In this notice, an order has been issued to remain cautious in the works related to the geothermal power plant and to practice the highest standards of precaution for the same. It has also been ordered to form a joint team to visit the site and submit a field report. Actually, a team from the Wildlife Conservation and Birds Club of Ladakh visited the Pooja geothermal project site recently. During the visit, it was found that the geothermal fluid released during the exploratory drilling was being released directly into the Pooja drain. Thereafter, this matter was reported to the Leh district collector. Furthermore, naturalists have alleged that the plant poses several environmental risks and is flouting green norms. Thereafter, a review meeting by the Union Territories Power Development Department was held to look into the allegations. The recent order is based on the decisions made during this meeting. It also warned that in case of violation of the orders, action will be taken under Section 133 of CRPC. Section 133 of the CRPC deals with the suspension of the project in case of violation of the order issued by any authority. Geothermal energy is the heat energy released from the earth, which is generated due to the disintegration of radioactive substances present inside the earth. It is used to generate electricity as well as to keep buildings warm. Significantly, India's first geothermal field development project is being set up in eastern Ladakh. It is being set up by the public sector company ONGC. This geothermal field development project is being set up in Puga Valley village of eastern Ladakh. Recently, IMD, that is, Indian Meteorological Department, has released some shocking figures. According to IMD, the situation of La Nina prevailing over the equatorial Pacific Ocean since 2020 has entered its third year. It means that the condition of La Nina has remained over the equatorial Pacific Ocean for 2 consecutive years. It has resulted in a good monsoon in India. According to the IMD, this is the 6th time since 1950 that La Nina has lasted for more than 2 years. It is worth noting that this year, India has received 740.3 mm of rainfall, which was quantitatively 7% above the seasonal average till August 30. Overall, rainfall has been either normal or excess or highest in about 30 states and union territories in India. Various meteorologists, including that of Australia's Bureau of Meteorology, opine that La Nina conditions will persist until the end of 2022. Although some scientists had predicted its end by April, which turned out to be absolutely wrong. Notably, El Nino is caused by an increase in surface water temperature in the eastern tropical Pacific Ocean or off the coast of Peru. Due to this, the directions of wind or Walker's cell gets completely changed. It has a direct impact on the monsoon pattern of Peru and Australia. This means that the Peruvian coast receives rainfall while the Australian coast experiences drought conditions. In contrast, in the eastern tropical Pacific Ocean region, La Nina denotes the temperature conditions lower than the sea surface temperatures. Due to this, the direction of the Walker cell becomes normal as before or opposite to El Nino. Unlike El Nino, La Nina causes more rainfall than the normal monsoon condition. This situation is currently visible in India. Significantly, the El Nino event is not a regular cycle and it cannot be predicted. It arises randomly at intervals of 2 to 7 years. Recently, AAI, that is, Airports Authority of India, signed a Memorandum of Understanding with LFV Air Navigation Services of Sweden. It aims to build and operationalize sustainable aviation technology to explore smart aviation solutions. With the implementation of the agreement, sharing of aviation expertise and technology between 2 countries will become easier. Several agreements were also signed for the rapid development of next-generation smart airports and the creation of sustainable transportation system. It includes technical cooperation at airports and issues related to bilateral and international trade. Furthermore, both countries will cooperate in areas related to air and airport traffic management and control, airspace planning, airport design, and infrastructure. Airspace refers to the space above the water and land borders of a country. Moreover, both countries have also agreed to cooperate in the field of capability building and training programs, as well as the digitalization of airport and aviation sector. It has also been agreed to set up a joint working group to expedite cooperation and prioritize interest areas. Significantly, India and Sweden have already signed agreements in various sectors, including health, innovation, and energy, in which the civil aviation sector has also been added. Recently, a dialogue regarding the United Nations High Seas Treaty was held in the city of New York. About 168 countries, including the European Union, participated in the event. The event was held to reach an agreement in order to protect world's ocean and marine life, which lie outside the exclusive jurisdiction of different countries. However, this agreement could not be reached as a consensus was not formed on the key issues of fishing rights, sustainability of works, and financial support. Actually, it was speculated that an agreement would be reached for protecting marine life on the high seas during the dialogue. However, the dialogue failed to reap its objectives. It is to be noted that the proposed treaty aims to set rules for the conservation and sustainable use of biodiversity in those marine areas of the world which are beyond the limits of the national marine areas It will also decide on the rights of the companies engaged in the exploration of biological resources in the ocean. It is noteworthy that a series of conferences were started in 2018 to draft international law under UNCLOS, that is, United Nations Convention on the Laws of the Sea. The treaty for the respective purpose is known as the UN High Seas Treaty. Notably, UNCLOS is an international agreement. It determines the rights and responsibilities of countries over the world's seas and oceans. It also outlines rules and regulations for utilizing marine resources. It was adopted by the United Nations in 1982, but it came into effect from November 1994. Moreover, it was adopted by India in the year 1995. It is to be noted that the area up to 200 nautical miles from the coastline of a country is called EEZ, that is, Exclusive Economic Zone. These areas can be used by the respective country for security purposes and resource exploration, and the entire international maritime zone outside the Exclusive Economic Zone is known as the High Seas. Recently, Darjeeling Tea Producers have urged the central government to impose anti-dumping duty on tea imported from Nepal. The tea producers have claimed that several traders import tea from Nepal at cheap rates and sell it in India at cheap rates by passing it off as Darjeeling tea. Planters of Darjeeling tea allege that several tea importers are passing on Nepalese tea as Darjeeling tea at much lower price. It has greatly reduced the price of premium authentic Darjeeling tea in the global market. As a result, the Darjeeling tea market is lagging in the competition. Consequently, tea gardens in the Darjeeling district of West Bengal are facing heavy losses. It is to be noted that Darjeeling tea is a geographical indication product of India. Notably, any Indian trader is free to import tea from Nepal due to free trade agreement. When a country sells its goods to another country at a price below than the domestic price of the product, then it is called as dumping. To counter dumping, the aggrieved country imposes anti-dumping duty on other countries. Actually, dumping is an unfair trade practice that harms international trade. Therefore, anti-dumping duty is imposed to prevent dumping and to establish parity in the international trading system. The Ministry of Finance is empowered to impose anti-dumping duty, which is imposed on the recommendations of a Directorate General of Trade Remedies. Recently, a study was done on the treatment of cancer. The study suggests that the body's immunity against cancer can also be increased by using a virus. Although such studies have also been conducted before, but the latest study has specifically focused on a virus called myxoma. It has been found in the study that T cells, when infected with the myxoma virus, can cause the death, a type of cancer. This fact was not revealed in any of the previous studies. T cells are a type of white blood cells. It is a part of the immune system. They are developed by stem cells in the bone marrow. They can scan the body to assess whether any such threat is present in the body that needs to be eliminated. The special thing about T cells is that they can attack a wide range of cancer cells. They are also known as immune cells, T lymphocyte and thymocyte. According to the researchers, a special synergy was observed between T cells and the myxoma virus, which acts to strengthen the solid tumor cell autosis. Actually, autosis is a form of cell death which is useful against solid tumors. It is considered as a treatment resistant. It is to be noted that myxoma virus is a member of Poxviridae family and it is a species of Leporipox virus genus. Myxoma also includes other viruses that cause fibromas in eastern cottontails, grey squirrels, and European rabbits. It is a double-stranded DNA virus. It causes a fatal disease called myxomatosis in rabbits. It also causes localized benign fibroma in the Sylvilagus species, that is, wild rabbits in the US. Recently, 4 new facilities have been inaugurated in Kazari, that is, Central Arid Zone Research Institute, Jodhpur. These new facilities were inaugurated by the Minister of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare. The new facility includes an auditorium, agribusiness nurturing center, environment-friendly wastewater treatment plant, and indoor sports hall. Actually, Rajasthan is a drought-affected state. Kazari has discovered many possibilities for agriculture despite the limited potential of agriculture in Rajasthan. Under the next step, agriculture will be commercialized, keeping these circumstances in mind. Agribusiness Nurturing Center has been established. It aims to enable farmers to take up agribusiness and double their income. Kazari is an institute under ICAR, that is, Indian Council of Agricultural Research, Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare. It has been rendering its service to ICAR for more than 60 years. Initially, it was established in 1952 as Desert Afforestation Center. This was later expanded into Desert Afforestation and Soil Conservation Station in 1957. It was renamed as Central Arid Zone Research Institute or Kazari in 1959. The institute was brought under the umbrella of Indian Council of Agricultural Research in 1966. The institute has 5 regional research centers located in Bikaner, Pali and Jaisalmer in Rajasthan, Bhuj in Gujarat and Leh in Ladakh. Notably, Kazari has received 8 out of 10 national awards won by ICAR in the last 6 years for its innovative technology and research achievements. Recently, PCIM&H, that is Pharmacopoeia, Commission for Indian Medicine and Homeopathy, and IPC, that is Indian Pharmacopoeia Commission, have signed a Memorandum of Understanding. It aims at interministerial cooperation to promote one herb, one standard. This MOU provides for sharing of information for facilitating the development of harmonized herbal drug standards. Under this, there is also a provision for organizing programs for sharing scientific knowledge and information related to drug raw materials. According to the agreement, the sole authority of publication of monographs categorized under the One Herb, One Standard will lie with PCIM&H only. However, IPC's contribution in the respective monographs shall be recognized in the appropriate place. In addition, the technical content of the monograph will be jointly developed by PCIM&H and IPC. It is worth noting that a monograph is a detailed written description of a particular subject or an aspect of it, whereas Pharmacopoeia is an official publication that consists of a list of drugs as well as details along with the standards established under the law for their production, distribution, use, etc. According to the Ministry of Ayush, setting standards will improve India's ease of doing business environment. Its direct effect will be visible in an overall improvement in the trade of Indian botanicals. This MOU will also provide an opportunity for all the stakeholders in herbal medicine to get world-class monographs to be used in the respective areas. It is worth mentioning that PCIM&H works under the Ministry of Ayush, Government of India. It publishes medicine used in Ayush methods, yoga, pharmacology, and yoga collections. And IPC is an autonomous institute under the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, Government of India. It determines and publishes the standards of medicine in India. Recently, Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurated the Kutch Branch Canal in Gujarat. Sardar Sarovar Narmada Nigam Limited officials acclaim it as the longest branch canal in the world. After leaving the Narmada main canal in Kankrij Taluka of Banaskantha district, this canal flows to Mandvi Taluka of Gujarat. This canal will get water supply from the Narmada main canal, which emerges from the Sardar Sarovar Dam. Sardar Sarovar Dam is situated in the Narmada river, which flows through the Narmada district. The total length of this canal is 357.18 kilometers. It is noteworthy that the Run of Kutch is an arid desert region and is also a major tourist destination due to its geographical features. This canal will supply water to 182 villages of the Kutch district for irrigation in an area of about 3 lakh hectares. The canal has been constructed by Sardar Sarovar Narmada Nigam Limited at a cost of about 6,500 crore rupees. This project was started in 2008 as part of the Sardar Sarovar project. Significantly, the foundation of Sardar Sarovar Dam was laid in 1961 by the then Prime Minister Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. However, this dam could be completed only in 2017 due to protests and legal procedures. Let us now look at the 5 questions based on the bulletin.
Questions for this series are: first question is, consider the following statements. 1. Mines and Minerals Development and Regulation Act was passed in 1957. 2. Captive mining organizations are permitted to sell only 50% of their annual production in the open market. Which of the above statement or statements is or are correct? 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, or neither 1 nor 2. Next question is, consider the following statements. 1. Most of the Earth's ozone is concentrated in the upper part of the troposphere and stratosphere. 2. Ozone formed in the troposphere causes photochemical smog. 3. Ozone Day is celebrated on 16 September every year. Which of the above statement or statements is or are correct? 1 and 2 only, 2 only, 1 and 3 only, or all of the above? Next question is, consider the following statements. 1. The UNCLOS agreement determines the rights and responsibilities of countries over the world's seas and oceans. 2. The UNCLOS agreement came into effect in November 1994. 3. India had signed this agreement in 1995. Which of the above statement or statements is or are correct? 1 and 2 only, 2 and 3 only, 3 only, or 1, 2 and 3. Next question is, where is CAZRI, that is Central Arid Zone Research Institute, located? Jodhpur, Ganganagar, Kutch, or Ahmedabad? Last question is, consider the following statements. 1. The Ministry of Finance is empowered to impose the anti-dumping duty. 2. Anti-dumping duty is imposed on the recommendations of the Directorate General of Trade Remedies. 3. Darjeeling tea is a geographical indication that is GI tag product. Which of the above statement or statements is or are incorrect? 1 only, 3 only, 2 and 3 only, or none of the above? Recently, scientists have predicted the melting of zombie ice. According to scientists, with the melting of zombie ice, global sea level could rise by 10 inches. Zombie ice is the ice that is not accumulating new ice despite being part of the original ice sheet. It is also known as dead ice. The melting of such ice could lead to a rise in sea levels. Recently, NCRB, that is National Crime Records Bureau, released a report. The data from this report revealed that the national capital Delhi is the most unsafe city for women in India, and the financial capital Mumbai is the second most unsafe city for women in India. According to the report, Delhi has reported the highest number of rape cases as compared to other cities. Last year, on average, 3 rape cases were registered in Delhi per day. According to the report, 13,892 cases of crime against women were registered in Delhi in 2021, which is 40% more as compared to that of the year 2020. Recently, NASA postponed the launch of its mission to the moon Artemis due to a technical glitch. Artemis is a human and robotic space exploration program of NASA. It aims to increase the participation of women in space exploration. According to NASA, 30% of the engineers in this mission are women. In addition, Artemis will carry 2 mannequins designed to study the radiation effects on the bodies of women and to determine better measures to protect female astronauts. Notably, Artemis was a renowned goddess in ancient Greece. She was the daughter of Zeus, the chief god of Olympians. She was also the twin sister of Apollo, the god of the sun. Artemis is known as the goddess of the moon. Significantly, the name of NASA's first human mission to the moon was Apollo. Recently, Haridwar city of Uttarakhand has been declared the best aspirational district. This announcement was made by Niti Aayog under the Transformation of Aspirational Districts program. Actually, the Transformation Program of Aspirational Districts is an initiative of Niti Aayog. It aims to improve the socio-economic condition of the backward districts by promoting a culture of competitive federalism in India. The program ensures real-time monitoring and ranking of states on key performance indicators such as antenatal care, learning skills, agricultural value realization, disbursement of mudra loans, road connectivity, etc. Recently, the Nuakhai festival was celebrated in Odisha. It is specially celebrated in western Odisha. Actually, this is the traditional harvest festival in which farmers welcome the new crops in the fields. During this festival, people cook a variety of traditional dishes from the new paddy crop. It is worth mentioning that earlier no particular day was fixed for this festival. However, in 1991, the day after the Ganesh Chaturthi was accepted as Nuakhai. It is such an important occasion in Odisha that this day remains a public holiday in the state. Recently, the 67th Filmfare Awards ceremony was organized at the World Convention Center in Mumbai. A special thing about this year's Filmfare Award was that a female lyricist was given the Filmfare Award for the first time. Kausar Munir has been awarded the Filmfare Award for the Best Lyricist for the song Lehrado for the film 83. Besides, B. Prag has been awarded the Best Playback Singer Award for the song Man Bharya for the film Sher Shah. It is to be mentioned that Filmfare Award is an annual award. This award is given in recognition of artistic and technical excellence in the Hindi film industry of India. Recently, it was being feared that a nuclear disaster might take place at Ukraine's Zaporizhia power plant. Subsequently, the European Union has decided to distribute anti-radiation pills among the residents living in the surrounding areas of this plant. Actually, these pills are known to provide some degree of protection in case of radiation exposure. These pills are used to protect the thyroid gland from radiation spread in the air. These pills are also called as potassium iodide tablets. Japan's meteorological agency has forecasted that Hinamanor is the fastest and strongest storm of the year August 2022. According to the agency, this tropical storm is moving further towards the East China Sea. Japan's Ryukyu Islands in the northeast are more likely to be threatened by this storm. Recently, the Vostok 2022 military exercise commenced in Russia. The armies of Russia, China, and India are participating in this exercise. It aims to establish exchange and coordination between the participating troops and observers. It is a multi-layered tactical and command exercise. It includes joint field training exercises and discussions on the process of encounter and weapon wielding. Recently, the construction of a 9.8-kilometer long tunnel on a Banihal-Katra rail link in Jammu and Kashmir has been completed. Through this tunnel, Dugga railway station located towards the end of Jammu got connected to Basindadar station located towards the Srinagar end. This tunnel is part of the Udhampur-Srinagar-Baramulla railway line project. Earlier, the Indian Railways had completed the construction of the world's highest bridge on the Chenab River in the Kauri area of Riyasi district on 14th August.